नमस्ते बिटिया, खुश रहो बिटिया। Myself JVN Dr. Ritu Sharma, Assistant Professor, Department of Gynae, Faculty of Homeopathic Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Now today's session is hyperemesis gravidum. Definition: it is a severe type of vomiting of pregnancy which has got deleterious effect on the health of mother or incapacity her in day-to-day activities. The adverse effects of severe vomiting are dehydration, metabolic acidosis from starvation or alkalosis from loss of hydrochloric acid, electrolyte imbalance, there is hypokalemia and weight loss. तो ये एक तरह की सीवियर टाइप की वॉमिटिंग है इन प्रेगनेंसी के अंदर, जिससे जो फीमेल है उसकी डे टू डे एक्टिविटी है वो अफेक्ट होती है। साथ में पेशेंट को वॉमिटिंग होने की वजह से डिहाइड्रेशन, मेटाबॉलिक एसिडोसिस, एल्कोलोसिस, इलेक्ट्रोलाइट इम्बैलेंस और वेट लॉस हो सकता है या होता है। इंसिडेंस: there has been marked fall in the incidence during the last 30 years. It is now a rarity in hospital practice, less than 1 in 1,000 pregnancies. The reason are: first is better application of family planning knowledge, which reduce the number of unplanned pregnancy, and B is early visit to the antenatal clinic, and C is potent antihistaminic and antiemetic drugs. Now etiology. The etiology is obscure, but the following are the known facts. First is, it is mostly limited to the first trimester. Second is, it is more common in first pregnancy with a tendency to recur again in subsequent pregnancy. And third is younger age. Fourth is low body mass. Fifth is history of motion sickness or migraine. Sixth is, it has got a familial history. Mother and sister also suffer from the same manifestation. Seventh is, it is most prevalent in hereditary for mole and multiple pregnancy. And eight is, it is more common in unplanned pregnancies, but much less amongst illegitimate ones. Now pathology. There are no specific morbid anatomical findings. The changes in the various organs are described by Sheehan's are the generalized manifestation of starvation and severe malnutrition. Affect in liver. The liver enzyme are elevated. There is centrilobular fatty infiltration without necrosis. Kidney usually normal with occasional finding of fatty changes in the cell of first convoluted tubules, which may be related to acidosis. Heart. A small heart is a constant finding. There may be subendocardial hemorrhage, and brain. Small hemorrhage in the hypothalamic region, giving the manifestation of wrinkles, encephalopathy. The lesion may be related to vitamin B1 deficiency. Now metabolic, biochemical and circulatory changes. The changes are due to combined effect of dehydration and starvation consequent upon vomiting. First is metabolic changes. Inadequate intake of food result in glycogen depletion. For the energy supply, the fat reserve is broken down. Due to low carbohydrate, there is incomplete oxidation of fat and accumulation of ketone bodies in the blood. The acetone is ultimately excreted through the kidneys and in the breaths. There is also increase in endogenous tissue protein metabolism, resulting in excessive excretion of non-protein nitrogen in the urine. Now biochemical changes. Patient develops acidosis due to starvation and alkalosis from the loss of hydrochloric acid and hypokalemia. Loss of water and salt in the vomitus result in fall in plasma sodium and potassium and chlorides. The urinary chloride may be well below the normal 5 gram per L and may even be absent. Hepatic dysfunction result in ketosis with rise in blood urea and uric acid. The patient suffers from hypoglycemia, hyperproteinuria, hyperproteinemia and hypovitaminacesis. Now, circulatory changes. There is hemoconcentration leading to rise in hemoglobin percentage, RBC count and hematocrit values. There is slight increase in the white cell count with increase in eosinophil. There is concomitant reduction of extracellular fluid. Now, clinical course. From the management and prognostic point of view, the cases are grouped into the patient is usually a nullipara. In early pregnancy, the onset is insidious. Early vomiting occurs throughout the day. Normal day-to-day activities are satellite and there is no evidence of dehydration or starvation. Now late, evidence of dehydration and starvation are present. Symptoms: vomiting is increased in frequency with retching. Urine quantity is diminished. Even the stage of oliguria. Epigastric pain, constipation may occur. Complications may appear if not treated. Now sign. The feature of dehydration and ketoacidosis: dry coated tongue, shrunken eyes, acetone smell in breath, tachycardia, hypotension, rise in temperature may be noted. Jaundice is a late feature. Such late cases are rarely seen these days. Vaginal examination and ultrasonography is done to confirm the diagnosis of pregnancy. Now investigation. Investigation: urinalysis, quantity, smell, dark color, high specific gravity with acid reaction. Fourth is presence of acetone, occasional presence of protein and rarely bile pigments and diminished or even absence of chloride, biochemical and circulatory changes. The changes are mentioned previously. Routine and periodic estimation of the serum electrolytes like sodium, potassium and chloride is helpful in the management of the case. Serum TSH, T3 and free T4. Women may suffer from transient phase of thyroid dysfunction, clinical or subclinical. Ophthalmoscopic examination is required if the patient is seriously ill. Retinal hemorrhage and detachment of the retina are the most unfavorable sign. ECG when there is abnormal serum potassium level. Diagnosis: the pregnancy is to be confirmed first. Thereafter, all the associated cause of vomiting are to be excluded. Ultrasonography is useful not only to confirm the pregnancy but also to exclude the other like obstetric and gynecological, surgical, medical cause of vomiting. Obstetric, hereditary form mole, multiple pregnancy, and gynecological, surgical and medical causes of vomiting. तो सोनोग्राफी इसका डायग्नोसिस के लिए बहुत यूजफुल होती है कि इससे प्रेगनेंसी भी डायग्नोसिस हो जाती है और साथ में कोई ऑब्स्टेटिक और कोई गायनेकोलॉजिकल या फिर कोई सर्जिकल इलनेस है वो भी इससे पता लग जाती है. Differential diagnosis: when vomiting is persistent in spite of usual treatment of other cause of severe vomiting, medical or surgical should be considered. Now complication: maternal. The majority of clinical manifestations are due to the effect of dehydration and starvation with resultant ketoacidosis. Leaving aside those symptomatology, The following complications may occur, which are fortunately rare nowadays. First is neurological complications, wrinkles, Wernicke's encephalopathy, and beriberi due to thiamine deficiency. B is pontine myelinolysis. C is peripheral neuritis. D is Korsakoff psychosis, and now second is stress ulcer in stomach. Third is esophageal tear. Fourth is jaundice, hepatic failure. Fifth is convulsion and coma. Sixth is hypoprothrombonemia due to vitamin K deficiency. And seventh is renal failure. There are complications of hyperemesis gravida in maternal. Now, effect on fetus. Fetus usually remains unaffected once the problem is resolved. Fetal risk may be due to low birth weight. Now, prevention. The only prevention is to impart effective management to correct simple vomiting of pregnancy. Management. The principle in the management are the maintenance of hydration, to control vomiting, to correct fluids and electrolytes imbalance, to correct metabolic disturbance like acidosis or alkalosis, and to prevent the serious complications of severe vomiting, care of pregnancy. Hospitalization. Whenever a patient is diagnosed as a case of hyperemesis gravidum, she is admitted, and surprisingly, with the same diet and drugs used at home, the patient improves rapidly. The relatives may be too sympathetic, sympathetic or too indifferent. Now, fluid oral feeding is withheld for at least 24 hours after the cessation of vomiting. During this period, the fluid is given throughout intravenous drip method. The amount of fluid to be infused in 24 hours is calculated as follows. The total amount of fluid approximately 3 liters, of which half in 5% dextrose and half is Ringer's solution. Nutritional supplements, vitamin B1, vitamin B6, vitamin C and vitamin B12 are given. Now nursing care, sympathetic but firm handling of the patient is essential. Social and psychological support should be extended. Hyperemesis progress chart is useful to assess the progress of patient while in hospital. Daily record of pulse, temperature, PP at least twice daily, and intake output urine for acetone, protein, bile, blood biochemistry and ECG are important. Clinical features of improvement are evident by subside of vomiting. B is feeling of hunger. C is better look. D is normalization of blood biochemistry. E is disappearance of acetone from the breath and urine. F is normal pulse and blood pressure, and G is normal urine output. There are clinical feature improvement of hyperemesis gravida. Diet. Before the intravenous fluid is omitted, the foods are given orally. At first, dry carbohydrate foods like biscuit, breads, and toast are given. Small but frequent feeds are recommended. Gradually, full diet is restored. This session is powered by Digital Version 2.0, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. I hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention in comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you.